chosen ones, empaths, and all the genuine souls. You're not alone. You're not alone. You're not the only one, alright? Yes, you're unique in your own right, but you're part of a collective. You're part of a soul tribe that has been scattered amongst the masses. And the thing is you were going through life unaware until you had your awakening. And there can be a natural inclination when you have your awakening to confide in people, and you may have done. Some may have listened and gave you a listening ear. Did they understand? I don't think so. If you had anyone who did understand, they should be treasured. But realistically speaking, this natural inclination to tell people or to find other chosen ones and empaths is not the right way to go about it, I believe. Right? If you want to unite with your soul family, what you got to understand and embrace is look what it took for you to reach that awakening. Some of you were in decade-long relationships with narcissists. Okay? A lot of lessons, a lot of trauma, a lot of wisdom gained, but it was a long process to get to the comprehension you're at now. So what I want to address is there's chosen ones and empaths and genuine souls all around, but they're asleep. They're still in the illusionary world. You might have encountered one today when you was walking to the store or the shop. Might have been the shopkeeper. Right? I'm just saying that it's actually detrimental for you to try and wake them up prematurely. They need to go through their own path of awakening, just like you did. Alright? So this is why I advise you, though you can find your soul family. Alright? But one, like you may have heard me touch on before, unless this is your first time here, when you promote that you're a chosen one, empath, and genuine soul, it opens you up to the parasites of this world that are attracted to chosen ones and beings of light. Also, if this person is genuine and you start claiming I'm a chosen one, or I'm an empath, or I'm a genuine soul, or I'm authentic, or I'm a being of light, or I've got assignments, or I've got this, or I've got that, they're not going to understand you. Alright? And you don't need to talk about your past trauma and everything like that. This is why, I've made a segment on the spiritual channel about secret anointing. About keeping your anointing a secret. And this is something you should adopt. If you're interested in that, you can check it out over on the spiritual channel. But it's vital that you don't try and push them into awakening. Okay? Thing is you're gonna encounter someone. You're gonna have the meticulous vetting process in place that you've learned. You're gonna be selecting very appropriately. You're gonna be taking your time. You may have been in solitude or taking time alone to yourself and your purpose and your meaning for some time, adopting the lone wolf strategy, and still you can run into toxic individuals, right? And that's why that person that I spoke to in the session, they took a long period of time out and then they ran into another narcissist. So even with the advice that I give, you can run into a narcissist. But the mistake that you can make is discussing these topics with anyone. Now, I know it sounds strange coming from me, and I'm going to try my best to articulate it in the best way possible. this will cause me issues. Okay, if I'm affiliating with people, because I keep people at a distance. Okay, people don't know that I'm on YouTube. I told a friend, he told someone else, and it's probably spread, but no one's said anything, right? Actually, someone phoned me and it's like, "Oh, you're doing that," but I'm just saying, I don't want people to know, right? Because then they'll know my insights. But I want to share a message and I want to try and help people. So I have to take what comes with it. All right. But realistically speaking, I don't want to disclose what I'm doing because I'm reaching out to people that are genuine, like yourself. Okay. All I'm saying is I've often said you may help other people in your life, right? That are going through narcissistic abuse. But the way that you do it, if you just say, watch this video, a video that resonated with you, it might not resonate with them, right? Or you say some certain terms, or you start showing them some certain things. These people are so enmeshed and trauma bonded by the narcissist that it's hard for them to see until they go through their awakening. Just like you may encounter a individual, they seem genuine, you're thinking they could be an empath, you're keeping it secret, you're keeping it guarded. If you tell, like, they may have gone through the process of narcissistic abuse and they didn't wake up for it, because that is the state of the world. There are chosen ones, empaths. That is the battle to keep you asleep. You see, that is the battle. All right. And the devil or the negative forces or the negative energy or these nasty, you know what I'm saying? These vessels, these narcissist vessels don't want union between authentic souls. All right. They don't want union between authentic souls. They cannot be together. Friends, romantic relationships, they will settle for that, but it's not comfortable for them. You see, it's not comfortable for them. So all I'm saying is, what I'm trying to get at is, just be strategic. You don't need to talk about the past. You don't need to talk about the horrific abuse that you went through with the narcissist to this new person. Talk about new friend, new romantic partner, or whoever. Talk about long distance relative, colleague at work. Talk about the positive things. You've look, some of you have spoken to me. You've spoken to, friends. You've confided in friends. You've spoke about it, right? You don't need to put this on someone new. One, it can be another narcissist. Two, if it's a genuine soul, it's going to overload them. And if they haven't woken up yet, they're not going to understand. The thing is if you don't gauge the person enough, you have to move like this. If you don't gauge the person enough to be trusted, they could just be blatantly mirroring you. And are you going to tell? Because that's exactly what happened to that person who I had a session with. After a long period of time, they took out away from dating and everything like that. Then they ran into another narcissist. You see? So they got mirrored. They weren't gauging it correctly. So this is just this narcissist that you ran in. That's just, the awakening. You go on the healing, you go that, you rise up, you glow up. But you will attract other parasites. But there are genuine souls out there. So the thing is if you encounter someone who has got a good heart, they don't need to have the label of I'm an empath, I'm a chosen one, they don't need to have that, because it's not necessary for them to have that. You see, they may have gone through narcissistic abuse. You can tell, they can't see it, so you're sent as their mercy and their healing. All right, to help them. Helping them is not telling them that they've been narcissistically abused or anything like that. They're going to be very conditioned. So show them through your love, your care, that it's real. And I'm not encouraging you all to rush out there and have relationships, but I thought this is something important because it's a burning desire and inclination in all chosen ones and empaths to unite with someone of the same creed. But I'm just trying to be realistic. You're going to encounter chosen ones and empaths and genuine souls that are at different levels of awakening, so it's going to feel way off. You're never going to be at that same point of awakening. All right? And that's why when someone sets so many things and standards that they're looking for in a person, right, it goes wrong. You see? Because if you said, oh, they need to be this religion, or they need to be this color, and they need to be that, then there's going to be something wrong with them, right? If you're like open and studying people, take something from the narcissist. Okay, take something from the narcissist. Take the studying that they do. All right, take the studying that they do. You know, I've also made the dark gift segment, and this is how some of you turn dark. More dark empath, you turn dark after the experience, and I touch on how this is a very important gift. So if that's something which interests you, you see, but just embrace your soul family is still there. You know, they're asleep. They're at different levels of awakening if they have even woken up yet. So just be cautious. Keep your experience guarded. It's a must. You don't need to take your trauma, your hurt, your pain. You're going to heal that. If you haven't healed it already, you're going to heal that. Don't take that into the new relationship, right? The new friendship, the new whatever. Don't take that into these new things, okay? Everything I tell you, I tell myself too. All right? Everything I tell you, I share, I tell myself too. I try to express in the best possible way that I can, and I'll continue to try and improve as I keep creating and sharing. Okay? So don't despair about you haven't found a choice. Like, the thing is, I've heard... Right, okay, let me touch on this. I was going to draw the video to close. Let me touch on this. I set up the empath group meeting, right? And there were some genuine people there. Okay? But then I started to realize that narcissists can infiltrate. Okay? If I set anything up, this is what I'm saying. If you set up an empath or a chosen one dating app, there's going to be narcissists in there. You see? You can have religious dating apps and all these other kind of dating apps. But to set up a chosen, you can't have it. Because it will be filled with narcissists targeting chosen ones, empaths, and genuine souls. Alright? So just embrace to find your soul family. You see, like I believe my nan and my granddad were highly empathetic. Highly empathetic. I don't think they ever knew. And I guarantee if they were still alive now and I went there and tried to talk to them about, you're an empath, they'd think I was, crazy. You see? Because they're not at that level of awakening. They're just doing. They're being selfless. They're spreading light. I'm very fortunate. They were on my dad's side, but I'm fortunate to have them, or have experienced a life with them. Okay? And this is the thing. You will encounter chosen ones, empath, and genuine souls, and they're going to be unawakened. So you can just look at them and know, They've got the mark. They've got the mark by God. And that's what I touch on in this spiritual anointing channel. The secret anointing on the spiritual channel as well. So just embrace your soul family is still there. They're just asleep, and be very cautious about waking them up. And keep your experience guarded. You have told some people. You have maybe booked a session. You know, you don't need to bring this to new people. All right, move different now. Move vigilant. So anyway, thanks for listening today. I really appreciate the support. Please book a session if you'd like to. I'm now available 24 hours across all time zones. You can also request a custom video. All video requests are processed in 24 hours. You're welcome to donate or support to the channel if you like to. My podcast is now on Spotify. All links you need are in the description box below. I'll be back with another video soon. Peace.